we're building back up again now. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you. I see your heart, see your mind, see all you hide. I won't let you go, can't let this die. When you lose yourself, I'll be right beside you.
Hello everyone and welcome to a Cyber Gamer ladder match for tonight. I'll just fix that up. And we have Corvidae versus Athletico. This will be an absolutely amazing game as we head in. It is for the first place on the CG ladder here. And in the lineups we do, for Corvidae, we do have Rock, Fnatic, Wildman PD, and Lusty. And for Athletico, we do have Todd, Schmed, Neofighter, Silix, and Spaz. Now, Corvidae have just come off their win of the ESL tournament, and now they are fighting for first place on the Cyber Gamer ladder. And looking through the lineups, we will have Thermite, Hibana, IQ, Jackal, and Ash coming out for Corvidae, while we will have Valkyrie, Jaeger, Bandit, Smoke, and Castle for Athletico, and they are going to be defending the Teller's Office and Archives first. The map is, of course, a bank. And Athletico opting to go for the second map, which is usually the second bomb site that usually comes out. And
attackers
we'll
need to
have
locate
to see
and
how
defuse
this
bombs.
will go for them. As they have picked Teller's Office and Archives, which is, as I said, usually the second bomb site you see teams go for. However, clearly they have a plan for it, so let's see what that is. We do have a double reinforcement onto the lobby wall there, and it is double bandited. I expect this wall to be reinforced and double bandited as well, leading into, leading into the hallway. And
10 seconds remaining.
we actually see Athletico reinforcing the open area here. This could be very dangerous. This could be a very poor part of their plan, but they are going to open it up and use it for defense. No, the castle does come in. They are going to use the manager's office. They're going to hold the manager's office, and we'll have to see how well that will go for them. Alright, let's find out where Corvidae are going to come from. We have Rock. On his drone, he sees Schmed reinforcing right next to him up on the top floor. As they are trying to peek him through the floor, and he is now sitting behind the couch as he does ping Schmed, and Lusty will clean him up. Lusty from the window connects, and he sees, and Neofighter gets pinged out as well, as Rock is just carrying around, following around Neofighter pinging, and Neofighter is scared for his life at this point. Neofighter now holding a very tight angle on the Wildman, who is peeking him as well, and Lusty trying to deal with him as well. Neofighter not in a good spot. as he's being shot from 3 different directions at this point. Neofighter is in a world of hers. The drone comes in, Lusty does take it over. The second drone comes in from Rock. He takes that out as well. Both of Rock's drones are down now. Lusty's trying to shoot him through the wall as he finally gets tagged out. Fnatic's drone comes in, and finally PD will pick him up through the wall as Neofighter lived a lot longer there than I think he perhaps should have. And he finally deals with it. Meanwhile, Wildman does pick up Spaz as well, and Todd takes out Fnatic in reply. And we have it down to Todd and Silex left. They are both on site. And peeking through to the front here.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
As Silex is peeking onto the lobby, and he will find PD, who has gone to his immediate left, along with most of Corvidae here. He's got a lot of people coming. He's going to need Todd to back him up at this point. As that's it, Wildman does take out Silex and ADS does take out the nade, and they do just charge in, but PD will clean up the final kill on Todd for the round win, and that is round number 1 going over to Corvidae. As Corvidae are exceptionally experienced in Bank, they absolutely love this map and they choose it whenever they can. A lot of teams are not prepared for it, as though as Corvidae are choosing it more and more teams are preparing strats for it, and you actually see other teams starting to choose the map now as well, so they can get practice on it when they have to verse Corvidae. Corvidae are going to take the lockers and CCTV room now, and they are going to have a Bandit, Mirror, Valkyrie, Smoke, and Jaeger for their lineup, while we have Ash, Thermite, Blackbeard, Glaz, and I think that was Thatcher?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
No, it was an Ash. Hibana, sorry. So it was Ash, Thermite, Blackbeard, Glaz, and Hibana as the final lineup now for the attacking side. So let's see what Corvidae's defense will look like of the CCTV and lockers room. So we have a double reinforcement set up on those walls there. I call them the easy walls, the easy entrance.
Stop worrying about grenades now.
And we see a mirror being placed onto the garage reinforced wall there, and we see a double reinforcement set up towards the stairwell.
5 seconds left.
And PD reinforced 2 hatches himself and then dropped back down. They did open up the server room hatch themselves, and we see a double reinforcement, 4 reinforcements onto the hatches. So, where will Atletico push from? Alright, we have Todd coming in on this Ash straight to the main lobby. And he finally takes out that camera, as he is looking now for a Valkyrie camera, as Wildman did of course run Valkyrie. Did he have any up? He does, and he's indeed on the sneaky pole there. He does find Todd on the side, but he's being very cautious right now. Silex is actually up on the oh, Todd is down and taken out by Wildman. Silex did not manage to find him, as he could not, I believe he was blocked off by the angle there. Silex just taking his time, finding nothing. Neofighter is actually going to push in. He's looking for this Valkyrie camera. Doesn't find it and pushes back towards the Coke machine. And we'll just check the stairwell as they come around. Schmed droning up, looking to see what he can find, and Spaz also droning up here. Atletico taking it really slowly. They're flying Lusty in the open area here, so now they know where one is. He does ping it out, and Schmed goes in on his drone. He sees Lusty running away. Neofighter cleans him up. He also cleaned up Wildman there. And so that is now a 3 vs 4 as Neofighter on this Blackbeard gets some work done. Silex is looking to join them finally as he runs into the map. Spaz looking through into the server hatch there, seeing what he can find, seeing nothing, and just moves in. Schmed himself still on his drone with a minute left. Atletico need to work out how they're going to attack. It looks like they're going to attack through the server room here. And it'll come down to whether or not PD can land his smokes. Rock currently sitting behind the bomb. He hears people smacking his bubble. He tries to shoot through the bomb. Tags Neofighter a fair bit. The hatch above him gets blown. He's currently waiting for Spaz to show himself. as Spaz does just walk away. Rock now needs to be very careful to make sure he doesn't get caught up, as the thermite wall does get blown behind him. He's waiting for Spaz to show himself still. He sees the gun. He knows Spaz is there, and Spaz does just run away. Rock, here's the plane, goes down and stops it. Schmed goes down.
15 seconds left.
15 seconds left, and there is a smoke in the wall. Rock finally is taken out by STRIX, but he walks into the gas, and Neo Fighter is trying to plant backwards. It goes down. The Glaz is down. He can't cover him. Neo is all on his own. Fnatic takes out Spaz, and the plant goes down by Blackbeard. He will not have time to pick STRIX up. PD is also down, however, Fnatic decides to pick him up. So it is a two-man now, as Neo is actually going to pick up STRIX. STRIX now is going to cover it. He is going to throw his smoke grenades to make sure, oh, the ADS gets it. He needs a shorter smoke grenade. As it comes out there, I don't think it would have been the right angle. Neo is going to watch their back. He finds PD, he takes him out, but goes down. STRIX goes and picks him up. It is up to Fnatic now. He could potentially defuse this while he realizes STRIX picks him up. He doesn't do it though. STRIX is going to push down, and he takes out Fnatic, hits him straight between the eyes. And Atletico win round number 2 there, pushing the attack. And great teamwork, covering each other, picking each other up. And they finally pick it up, take the win, and take the round. Alright, moving into round number 3 here. All tied up 1-1. A very close match we've had so far. We are going to see Lockers and CCTV Room picked by Atletico this time, realizing their archives trick did not work. Looking to try and pick up a cheese round, I think it was. And we do have Valkyrie, Jaeger, Mirror Smoke, and Castle coming out for the defense from Atletico, with Thermite, Hibana, IQ, Jackal, and Ash coming out for Corvidae in their attack. The IQ is a little bit interesting here. Stands out to me a little bit, and we'll have to see how he will go. Obviously there to pick up cameras and maybe even find a pulse. But again, the IQ slowly becoming more and more acceptable to use. A little while ago it would have been an absolute troll pick, but becoming more and more acceptable now because of Valkyrie. She's becoming absolutely mandatory almost to find the Valkyrie. And we see the hatches get reinforced out of Atletico. They have blown 3 hatches themselves. They've only reinforced 2.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Atletico only finally now setting up their mirror wall. We're actually seeing, this is an interesting thing here. So you see this blown out and that blown out there. So what you do is you stand in this room here and you literally just lob smokes through here and they land over here. It's to stop the plant. It's an absolute brilliant idea. But I will have to see where Corvidae plan on attacking from. Rock just droning up. I'm going to check up top floor again. Fnatic and Wildman are going to charge straight in the lobby with no fear. Wildman pushes in. He's going to check out archives again. PD is up top. Has come from the alley. And is going to be clearing that out. Meanwhile, Lusty charges into the top floor office. And they will know that they have control of top floor. PD goes back outside, reloads his drum mag as it does run out. Don't know how the hell he ran out of drum mag. And he is trying to just shoot Schmed. He tags him a little bit, I think. Yeah, he tags him a little bit and he tags him a little bit, but nothing Schmed should be too concerned about. He's still relatively healthy. He sees the drone and takes it out. Another drone comes out and he takes that. He does finally drop. Todd now looking over into the on the stairs. Rock looking down the hatch that has been blown out and seeing nothing, having to realize that maybe he dropped down one of their hatches. He does have Fnatic as well, currently looking, oh, this could be dangerous for Schmed, as long as Fnatic holds, yes, Fnatic takes the headshot and picks up Schmed. He goes down and he is out for the round. Wildman looking to jump in on his drone, drops the ladder. The hatch is blown in the ladder as well at the moment, I believe. And he finds Spaz behind the, in the vault, behind all the metal trays there. Wildman, is that you lagging out or is that me, mate? What's going on?
A bomb is
Nah, it's just Wildman. Alright, so this is what it looks like to be Wildman, guys. You just jump everywhere. Silence takes out Fnatic, and he does drop, and he sees Spaz. Spaz does not take out anyone, though. Todd takes out PD with a C4, but Lusty trades straight back onto Todd. And Neofighter did clean up Wildman while Spaz cleans up a rock, and Neofighter will take the double as he takes off Lusty's head. And that is round number 3 going over to Athletico, and that is 2-1 now in favor of Athletico. Last time these guys met on the field, of course, Athletico did beat Corvidae 2-0 actually. It was a best of 3 and Athletico beat them 2-0. And Athletico today did get knocked out of the ESL Cup by GIU into the got knocked out of the bracket, out of the losers bracket, sorry, by GIU. And are looking to at least win something today, as we have Ash, Thermite, Blackbeard, Lads, and Habana on the attack for Athletico, with Bandit, Mira, Valkyrie, Smoke, and Jaeger coming out for Corvidae on their defense. They are going to be defending the locker room and CCTV room again, as they didn't successfully defend it. And Corvidae looking to increase their wins, having just come off the win of ESL, and Athletico looking to continue their winning streak over Corvidae at this point, which is, I believe, at 3 maps at the moment. Corvidae have Athletico have beaten Corvidae on 3 maps in a row now, so this would be the 4th, which I believe is the greatest winning victory anyone has ever had over Corvidae.
10 seconds left.
But moving on, we see a very standard setup out of Corvidae right now. We do have Rock behind the servers currently, and a 4 reinforced hatch setup with 1 blown out. Meanwhile, Wildman is roaming himself. Todd is already up on the roof. And Schmed, we have a couple spawning alleyway apparently. Confident no one's going to be spawn peeking. Silex is already up on this car park, going to be peeking. See if he can't find Wildman this time before Wildman takes out one of his allies. And Spaz just pushing, just draining out the top 4, seeing what he can find. Finding no one, declaring that it is clear. And finally, Silex has taken damage from Wildman. It looks like he traded shots back, except he missed, where Wildman actually hit. So they do know where Wildman is. Oh, he sees Lusty, and he does not tag him. Slilex not doing very well so far with the accuracy of Glaz. Lusty gets away with his life when he probably shouldn't have been. And Neofighter and Todd just find each other, say hi, and back off. We do have Neofighter coming down the stairwell. He's looking for Wildman at this point. Where is he? Wildman has gone back downstairs, and Lusty has joined him. They've dropped all their roamers. And you just see a Valk camp in the center there. Fnatic running his laser sight with his running his reflex sight, sorry, with the laser sight as well. Rock going to be covering this back section here, make sure no one comes in. He does get drone out, however he doesn't hear it. He just decides to run as he can't find the drone, but he did know he was spotted. As a mirror wall does get taken out there, I believe by Corvidae themselves. So Athletico looking to come in. They do take out one of the barbed wires there. And they are going to pop this wall straight off the bat. Schmed does make a sprint over to the other side dangerously. But he gets both his thermites off and he dashes straight back again. He's going to go for the plant, but Rock is sitting behind here again. But this time, Rock is stopping Neofighter. Rock does stop the plant and kill Schmed, but Neofighter takes Rock out in reply. This time, Neofighter is going to go for the plant himself, as he is being covered above by Todd, I do believe. As no one stops the plant this time, as PD's being shot through the walls. And that's it, that is plant down. It is all onto Corvidae now to make the pressure. As Todd takes out Lusty. Todd takes out Wildman. Todd holds firm. As Todd is probably going to have a fourth here as PD is climbing up. As the flashbang comes out and Todd picks him up cleanly and Spaz takes out Fnatic. And Athletico win round number 4 here. We are tied up 2-2, I think. Or 1-3, sorry. Corvidae only winning one round so far. Tied up 2-3. Alright, so looking over the kills, we have Wildman on 3, 1 and 3, PD on 2, 1 and 3, Rock on 2, 0 and 3, Lusty on 2, 1 and 3, and Fnatic on 2, 0, 4. Very even kill spread across Corvidae. And over on Athletico side, we have Neofighter on 6, 0 and 1, Todd on 5, 0 and 3, Silex on 3, 1 and 1, Spaz on 2, 3 and 2, and Schmed on the double donut and 4 deaths.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
ATH up and running.
Alright, so they are on the archives and teller room this time. As we do have another very standard reinforcement. If this goes the same way as it did last time, I expect Corvidae to absolutely roll Athletico, as that is what happened in round number 1 where Athletico tried to roll their way to victory, cheese their way to victory in a round, I would say, and I would imagine they're going to do the exact same setups here, as Silas is just looking for his drone. He didn't pop the hatches though, and all the hatches have basically been blown, and Todd placed a C4 under the floor there, looking to pick someone up. Combination of his glass shot as well. Alright, let's find out where Corvidae are planning on pushing. Schmed is now stuck behind the desk at this point. He does get the drone out, however, Lusty is up there. He tries to pre-fire through the window blind. Does not pick him up, obviously. And Lusty opening up every window he possibly can at this point. And just trying to find where Schmed has gone to. And he walks straight into Lusty, and Wildman actually cleans him up. And Wildman downs Neofighter and picks him up through the couch again. Wildman with the double kill, and they take control of top floor with that, as everyone else is below. Wildman now getting to work, opening up the floor as much as he can. Gonna make the lives of the anchors on the site as difficult as possible. Oh, and he just sees Schmed just a little bit too late. Silex, sorry, just a little bit too late. As he does drop the nade through the hatch, it does not pick up anything. Silex doesn't even take damage from it.
Fresh fire going in.
Wildman now smacking another wall, looking to see what he can find. Busts open the carpet as well. PD has taken out Silex, rolled down to Schmed and to Todd and Spaz, sorry. Todd is in the basement, meanwhile Schmed is currently in admin office. He's got a lot of work ahead of him as 5 members of Corvidae is up and alive. We'll have to see what Todd can do from the side. He is trying to look to get a flank. However, there is someone to his left. Wildman to his left, and he cleans him up with a knife. However, Lusty will take him straight out, and then Lusty will immediately take Spaz's head off, and they will win round number 5 very convincingly. Now 3-2 in the favor of Athletico. Although every time Athletico has gone to defend that bomb site, they have been demolished. Alright, Corvidae now will be looking to go back to the basement again. Yes, lockers and CCTV room, and we are seeing Bandit, Mira, Smoke, and Jaeger coming out of them, and I expect Wildman to go back onto that Valkyrie, while we do have Ash, Thermite, Blackbeard, Glaz, and Habana coming out for Athletico. Yes, and Valkyrie does indeed round out the lineup for Corvidae.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Alright, and again, I expect the exact same setup out of Corvidae as, maybe put a bit more pressure onto their roamers. I don't really know what Corvidae can do. Athletico just looks so strong in this plant every time. They come in, they plant on this corner here. Rock, you even saw Athletico actually change their strategy, so they picked up Rock, who was sitting behind this desk. And, I don't know what Corvidae can do about it. Maybe if they hold into behind servers strong enough. We do have 2 ADSs behind us, so it does look like they're actually literally going to sit someone there. And I would maybe consider someone sitting in here, maybe moving someone in there late game. For now, opening up all the hatches above them, which they absolutely have. Corvidae love opening their hatches, and they reinforced everything by the looks of it. Yep, 5 hatch reinforced setup, and They need to see how they will go. Todd on this Ash goes straight in and also picks up a camera while he's demolishing a wall. Very nice, Todd. Looking for the Valk cam, and he actually finds it with the help of Spaz's drone. As Spaz tries to tell him that it is all clear. As you see a lot of drones here now. Lusty though on this he finds the drone and he shoots Todd. Todd goes really low, but Lusty does go down. The nitro coming out, and Wildman's nitro cleans up Lusty. However, it does down Todd. I don't think it'll be an issue though. I think they'll be able to get him up fairly easily. Yep, there we go. Neofighter goes to pick him up, who has also gone pretty low actually. And the C4 out of Wildman, not exactly achieving what he wanted. And PD going to be holding a very tight angle onto the stairs here. Now this is an Xbox meta hold here. Now we'll have to see how well he will push, how well it'll push through. Normally you see a shotgun sitting here. He's sitting here with the SMG-11 though, as I do believe his shotgun runs the laser sight. Wildman currently sitting in the elevators. Fnatic currently on the in the lockers on the site, and Rock holding server room. We have Todd now up in the lone office, just trying to peek. They must realize by now they hold full control of the map except for the stairwell. Schmed's drone does get taken out. Neofighter goes to peek him. He throws his flashbangs. And he does see that PD has backed up. PD goes to peek it though. He takes out the second shield of Neofighter though. He is now shieldless. As Neofighter through the floor picks up PD. Silix now though pushing forward will just hit the barbed wire. Rock, he is still behind these server rooms and he is feeling the pinch right now. He's got a lot of work to do. He takes out the drone. He probably needs to reload as he's being pushed in. He finds the glass, but Silix takes him out. They take out one ADS, though there is a second one there. It is now 2 on 5. However, both Neo and Silix are really low, and Todd is at half health himself. The plant the smokes come down, sorry, and Spaz picks him up through the hatch. That is Wildman going down, is now all onto Fnatic. He is the clutch king here, but it is a 1v5. This would be Fnatic and a Dream. We haven't seen Fnatic win a 1v5 yet in competitive play. He's won a 1v2, a 1v1, a 1v3, and a 1v4. He has yet to win a 1v5. And he gets one already. Let's follow this. Can he do it? I want to see it in chat. Fnatic and a Dream, guys. 1v5. Let's see if he can do it. He's picked up one. He's going to take it very slow as he's got a lot to do. The Clutch King has a lot to do right now. He is looking for Spaz on his left. And he sees him. He takes out Spaz. That's 2. He's being shot through the wall by Silix. He can't see him because of the smoke. He's now really low and he has 3 people left to find. 2 are exceptionally damaged out of Silix and Schmed. He pre-fires on the Silix, does not hit him though. He's running out of time here. He needs to get a move on. And he will be taken out by a prone Schmed behind the door. He does not do it. Fnatic comes up short on his clutch. And Atletico win round number 6 and they are now 4-2, sorry, they are on match point. Atletico looking to defend the CCTV room and the lockers, and they have successfully held this they've successfully held this in the past, and it was very close round actually. And so we are going to see a Valkyrie, Jaeger, Mirror Smoke, and Castle come out of Atletico, where we do have a Thermite, Hibana, Sledge, Jackal, and Ash come out for Corvidae. And no, they do change over to mute. Sorry, Atletico. I'll go through Atletico's lineup again because they did drop one operator. It is Mute, Jaeger, Valkyrie, Smoke, and Amira to round out their defensive lineup. And we will have to see what they will do. And the Fs come out in chat. I see now. For poor old who was it? Lusty. Poor old Lusty. Getting TK'd by Wildman. And we're seeing a very standard setup coming out of Atletico. They are actually demolishing the hatches again. They like doing this. They blow these 3 hatches out and then reinforce these 2. Meanwhile, this wall gets reinforced. We see these 2. So what's that? 2, 4, 6.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb
7.
and defuse it.
So 3 walls are not reinforced right now, which is very dangerous. Yep, so 3 walls not reinforced. And how is Corvidae planning on attacking this? They're going to start, as they always do, by droning up absolutely everything. Fnatic droning up upstairs, runs straight into a mute charge. He didn't actually see Schmed, who was up there, as the mute jammer did get it. They do finally kill the mute jammer. However, the drone is gone, so they will know someone is there.
Drone ready.
In fact, they should know someone is there because the mute jammer is there. That should be a dead giveaway. Meanwhile, PD are looking to drone out as well. He does finally drop his drone. He puts on his helmet, and he is looking for his footprints. He finds it, and this is going to be the Jaeger. They know exactly where he is now. And so Schmed needs to get moving, as he is still going to be sitting in the same place. This is a good fake out. A lot of people don't believe you would sit in the same place. He is actually just going to drop hatch and try and clean up who he can. As Neophyter takes out Lusty there. However, Neophyter did lose half his health in reply.
Camera initiated.
Fnatic taking control. He accidentally drops that diffuser instead of picking up his drone there. Wildman pushing through himself. They now know they have full control of top floor. Wildman just going to stand in the middle of the alleyway. No concern for anything as he does drone up until he runs back down the stairwell. PD still outside. He needs to get in the map. As he does try to run it. And Todd takes out Rockbot. Schmed does take out Wildman. It is now a 2-on-5 here, as PD and Fnatic have a lot of work to do ahead of them. They have 5 people to find. As PD does take out Schmed there, and that is one gone. Fnatic gets taken out by Neophyter. He knows exactly where he is. Neo tries to kill him, and PD gets the knife as he goes really low. And Todd will clean it up, and that is game going over to Atletico as they do pick up the win. And they continue their win streak against Corvidae here. As that match does go over 5-2, I believe. Yes, it is. And having a look through the scores, we have Wildman on 5, Lusty on 4, PD on 5, Fnatic on 4, and Rock on 2. While we have Neophyter on 9, Todd on 8, Spaz on 3, Silex on 4, and Schmed on 2. Alright guys, that concludes tonight's events. I don't believe we have any more CG matches coming up. And so I want to thank you guys for watching. This was a fantastic game to watch. And GG, well played to Atletico.
Where do I go from here? Where do I go?